Do you find yourself leading meetings or letting the team know what goals you need to hit for that day, month, whatever the case may be, and you can just see it on their face? They don't care. Like, you can tell they genuinely have zero care whatsoever, whether the numbers or targets get hit. If that's the case, it's probably because the perception of what they feel is that you do not care about their goals. Maybe you do, but it's not perceived that way. So if you find yourself in this situation, you're having meetings and you can just tell on the faces of your team members that they could care less, then this video is for you. We're going to fix that today, and it's super, super easy. And when you implement these processes, you're absolutely never going to have this problem again. A perfect example that I like to give of this exact scenario, Rob Gronkowski, the Gronk, back when he was with Tampa, he was in a position where he needed one more catch to hit this big bonus. You know, part of his contracts, these guys got all sorts of loopholes and things like that, right? So he needed to make this one catch to get this massive bonus, right? So do you think it was important to him? Absolutely, it was important to him, because I think it was like for $1 million or something. I don't know, look it up.
You just got $1 million?
Yeah, I got $1 million.
You got $1 million?
Oh, I got $1 million. We going? Where we going?
But when you want to talk about what that looked like from a team perspective, from a leadership perspective, there's an interview that he does on a podcast where he talks about, before the game even started, the leadership of the team said, hey, Gronk has to get this number of catches. He is not coming off the field till it happens. So here we are. You know, the most important thing to the team, the owners and the managers, is to win the game. Yet what they are talking about in their pregame is how important it is that a specific player gets his specific thing. And then it came down to everybody on the team now knows, hey, you know what? Not only do we need to win because we want to win, but I want Gronk specifically to hit this target of his, because look what it's going to do for him. Long story short, he hits it, he gets his catch, and then literally you can see the entire team celebrating and loving and growing with him. I guarantee you, when that meeting was taking place in the very beginning and the pre-warm-up to that game, there wasn't a dull face on a single player. They were all pumped and excited, because not only did they have a goal of, hey, let's win this thing, they had a specific reason for a specific player and how it mattered to him.
Tampa's cool, you know. Our offensive coordinator, Byron Leftwich, always said in the meeting, there's two things that you take away from football in the end. He goes, it's your relationships and it's the money that you make. It's the two things that stick with you forever.
This is a perfect example of knowing their goals, talking about their goals, and you taking it upon your shoulders as a leader to make sure they get their goals. Watch what happens and watch how much more they start caring about the things that you want and the numbers that you want to hit. Are you sitting here thinking to yourself, I love these sports analogies. I got a friend that would also like to hear these sports analogies. Man, I'm so glad you brought that up. Why don't you go ahead and share it to your friend? And then also, if you like it so much, click in the link below and we'll talk about how to get more of these to you. Now let's get back to this amazing football program. So now what are we going to do? Let's get into the basics of it. So what you've got to start doing is holding your team accountable. Easy to say, right? But what does that look like? I'm so glad you asked. Let's get into it. You need to make sure, first and foremost, you have a leaderboard, a scoreboard, a tracker. Call it whatever you want, but let's call it a scoreboard. And you may be thinking, man, absolutely, I got one of those. Well, let me tell you right now, how detailed is it? Because if it's got a lot of bar graphs and a lot of lines and a lot of zippity-doo-dahs, it's way too much. If you think about it, if you go to any scoreboard of any football game, basketball game, baseball game, you got a couple key things. How much time is left in the game? Who's up? How many outs or positions or whatever the case may be. There's very few key metrics that you can just look up to that scoreboard while you're playing the game and have a basis of what you need to do and what you need to accomplish as an individual and as a team. So if your scoreboard is way too detailed, you are already causing problems. So let's talk about, just for an example, let's say you work at an electronics store, you sell home theater equipment, right? So you're going to have your main target of like, hey, here's our TVs, here's our audio, and here's our total number. Like, you don't really need to have a whole lot more other than that on like your big leaderboard, or again, whatever example fits for you. So you need to have two big metrics that get you to your main metric of revenue. So no matter what, that final metric absolutely needs to be revenue. So you got big thing number one, big thing number two that are the main drivers of the main thing, which is your revenue number. Your revenue number is the score, right? So what you have to do is you got the score, that's your revenue. You got to figure out what is your outs or innings or downs, whatever the case may be, and what's your time ticker, right? Because those are going to be the three main things that matter, that you can drive to, that you can talk to, that people can look at and know, are we on a good point or not? What is it that I need to do? So next, you got your scoreboard. It's simple. It's phenomenal. Now we got to think, how do we talk to our team members? So glad you asked. So how do you talk to your team members? Here is what most leaders do, and it may be something that you're doing. So if you catch yourself doing this, stop it and get to work on doing it the right way.
Stop it. Do you have any idea what you just did?
So a good analogy that I want to give you here is, let's just say we're going back to the game of football. Most leaders lead in this manner on their regular day-to-day sales basis, right? So what it may look like if you're in a failing situation is you go in there, all right, guys, we want to score the most points and we want to win the game. Off you go. And then you never see the coach do anything else for the rest of the game. He told them in the very beginning, we got together, we said, go win. That's the objective. See you later. And then they never talked to me. Now you're probably sitting here thinking, in that scenario, that's absolutely not what happens. They set a game plan, and then literally they talk to the players in between every play. Hey, this is what you did do. This is what you didn't do. This is what you could do. So they are helping them every step along the way. But for some reason in the business world, especially the sales world, what I tend to see leaders do, if they even have a meeting, is you just go to your team member and you say, hey, I need you to produce this X amount of dollars today, tomorrow, whatever the case may be. Go get it done. Well, are you looking at their gameplay? Are they running the play right? Are you coaching them up on, hey, this is where that play could have gone a little better? Or if you do look at it, if you are coaching them, are you just browbeating them? Or are you actually trying to help them accomplish the task so they can get that 55th catch, hit their big bonus money, and get the team riled up and going together and going out for that victory? You probably aren't in a situation, if you're watching this still, where you're going around several times throughout the day. People think accountability is just giving them the numbers and saying, do the thing. Though that's part of it, if you're not helping them do the thing, maybe they don't understand what they need to do. It's your job as a leader to coach them on what to do. So what I want you to do, hopefully you know sports and you like sports, otherwise you're probably tuning into this. I'd give you F1 analogies, but you definitely tune out. So think about yourself as a coach. Your offense is out on the field. They run plays. It either ends in a touchdown or it ends in you got a punt, right? Those are your two outcomes. It's going to end in a sale or it's going to end in not a sale. Do you go and coach them? Meaning, do you say, fantastic job, phenomenal, way to go? Or you're like, yeah, well, I get paid for you to make sales. You did your job. Go do another one. I've been there. 100% I've been there. I've been the guy, oh, cool, you sold something. That's what you get paid for. On to the next. If you're doing that, stop it. Celebrate with them. Let them feel good about it. And if they're coming out of that sale and they didn't get it, don't browbeat them on, hey, you suck, you didn't get that sale. Trust me, they already know that. They already feel that. They don't need you telling them what they already know. What they need is help and guidance on how to win the next one. So give them the help and the guidance. I was actually listening to a sermon today by John Maxwell where he was talking about when he was preaching, something that he got pressed on was, if people don't like you, they're not going to like your God. Meaning, if they don't like you as a leader, they're not going to care about the things that you want from them.
No, don't like that.
And the only way they're going to like you as a leader is if you are helping them and caring about them, the person. Because if the store, the company, whatever is wildly successful, but they got a pink slip on their door saying your house is getting taken away, they probably don't care about how successful your company, your store is or isn't. You need to know the positions they're in. And you only know that by talking to them often and frequently, not just in the times you want to get on them for something they did or didn't do. Your job is to help them and coach them make the right plays, make the right decisions. And sometimes do be aware, you may be thinking, man, I don't really know if I would have done anything different. Reach out to another teammate, because it's a whole team out there. You have to have other teammates help one another. So it's okay to be a leader, not have the answer, but know who has the answer. Because at the end of the day, you're just responsible for the results. Who cares how you get them? If it's guy A, B, C, or D, like, lean on your team. It ain't all about you. Are you sitting here thinking, man, I wish I was taking better notes. I wish I had some of these templates to use and install. Well, click in the link below. We can actually send you free templates of this type of programming so that you can help your teams in a more effective manner. So lastly, the part I want to get into that is going to be noted by your team, whether you realize it or not. What do you look like when adversity comes? So we'll just stick to the coaching analogy because we've been there the whole time already anyway, right? So they've seen the plays you've made throughout the game, meaning throughout the week, the day, the month, whatever, right? They know the kind of plays you've been calling. And let's be honest, you sitting there on your couch have no problem telling the coach what he should or shouldn't be doing. The players absolutely are thinking the same thing. So if you don't think your team is judging you subconsciously or not on the moves that you've made, you're dead wrong. I promise you, they are looking and judging you whether they realize it or not. So they know the moves that you've been making. It is okay to go to them in a stressful situation like, all right, guys, look, we got to pivot. We've been running the wrong play. That's on me. Here's what we're going to do going forward. Now let's go win this game. Or do you just get into a panic and start yelling and screaming, or maybe just keep making the same bad plays that haven't worked the whole time? Like, if you're at the end of the fourth quarter, time's running out, and you're not going to do something different to change the situation you're in, well, I'm sorry, you're a bad leader, you're a bad coach. Your team will absolutely watch how you handle under pressure. So you need to make sure that you're handling your pressure situations correctly. That way, when they do come to you or you're going to them, they're willing to receive it. Because if they see you as a low leader, they're not going to take advice from you. Did you know, simply by sharing this video, you too can help provide hair product for the next video? That's right. These videos can't get made without your support, because the hair product is a real thing. So help support this product by sharing it to a friend. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you are going to go implement this today. Maybe some of these things were problems for you, others weren't. Whatever. I hope this has been helpful to you. And in the meantime, until the next time, we'll see you on the next one.